Hi, I'm Hilary. I'm from South Africa. Can you tell me about your experience shooting Red Dust in South Africa?
South Africa is a beautiful country, and I'm glad to see the fall of apartheid. And the people there are amazing, and it was a life-enriching experience.
We're going to 157 and then 227.
Hi, Hilary. Bruce Schutan with Below the Line News. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Can you say a few words about the collaborative, creative process with the crew, particularly, in your case, the makeup artists that did such a great job?
Yes. There's always someone you forget, and I didn't thank Tanya McComas. She is such a phenomenal makeup artist, and I think it's strange, there's only 3 nominations for makeup when there's 5 in every other category. I do believe that she should have got nominated. I think her job was so good that it looked like maybe I was really getting black eyes and really getting my neck broken. But yes, to make a movie, it's such a collaboration, and in the end, you're really only as good as your weakest link, and we didn't have a weak link, and it was a phenomenal crew, and each and every one of them just stepped right up and hit it out of the park.
227, and then we'll go to 100.
Congratulations, Ted from ETV.
Thank you.
You have really upped the ante for women who have won Oscars for playing hookers and loose women. Have you been offered those roles in the past, and what's your opinion on breaking that tradition?
Well, I would play a hooker if it were the right hooker, to be quite honest. I just haven't found a hooker that is meaty enough yet. I think that the truth is, I after doing Boys Don't Cry, I realized how really few and far between the great roles are, and I'm beyond thankful for finding $1 Million Baby and the producers giving me this film. 5 years later, I thought maybe it's once in a lifetime, and it'll never be a role like that again. And I'm just really lucky that it's only been 5 years.
We're going to 100 and then to 139.
Hi, Hilary. Joe Niemeyer with New York Daily News. I'd like to talk to you. I know you're a girl from Washington and Nebraska and a lot of different places. How New York City has toughened you up a little bit in the last few years since you've lived there, and how you chose Gleason's and your training there.
Well, I would say that New York City has actually allowed me to become more of myself, believe it or not, because I found just sometimes I felt just so segregated in other places that I lived, and living in New York City, it's such a cultural experience. It's like you're in a blender, and I love people. I think in the end I'm an actor because I love people, and I love telling people's stories. So to be with people every single day, riding the subway, and it's been just so incredible. I feel like I became a woman in New York. I kind of feel like I've grown up there. And I found Gleason's because it's the world-renowned gym where, it's the place to go, and that's where I lived in New York. If I lived here, I'm sure I would have found someplace else or asked them to please put me there so that I could train at Gleason's. It's a phenomenal gym. It's so colorful, and all of the boxers there were really so encouraging. They didn't treat me like an actor. They treated me like a boxer, and I'm really grateful to them, and that's why I always want to mention them when I can. Thank you for asking.
139 and then back to 272.
Hi, Hilary. My question kind of goes around that line. What lessons did you learn from women boxers, and how have you applied that to your acting career?
Well, it's amazing. I guess for about the 4 months of working out for 4.5 hours a day, 6 days a week, these women are still doing it. They do it every day. All boxers do, but they're doing it. They're vigilant. They're vigilant. Is that a word? Thanks. At least I knew it wasn't a word. I didn't know the right one, but I knew it was wrong. They're disciplined. They're just awe-inspiring, really, and it's nice. A lot of people criticize women boxers, and it blows my mind, because in the end, that's their dream, and who is anyone to say someone shouldn't be able to follow their dream? So I've gotten a lot from them, and Lucia Riker, who I also didn't thank, was a phenomenal inspiration to me in this film and helped me a lot, and she happens to be my favorite female boxer. So
back to 272 and then 99.
Hi, Hilary. I'm Charlie from Metro Networks, over to your right. A little bit, right back here.
Okay, hi.
Yeah, I was really inspired by your acceptance speech and your talking about where you've come from and where you are now. What surprises you the most about your success and your journey?
I think that I'm living it. You know, I guess, you know, you have these ideas and you think that's what I want to do. And I love my job. I love to act. And I can't imagine doing anything else. And I know a lot of other actors who feel the same way, who can't even get an agent. And so I always just try to remain so appreciative and never take it for granted, because, you know, I know that there's a lot of people who could just step right into my shoes and be working. And, you know, and I love my humble background and where I came from. I think, you know, it's given me a lot of opportunities to just meet all different types of people, and you know, it's amazing.
We're going to 99 and then to 226 down the front.
Hi, Hilary, over here in the middle, behind the cameraman. Congratulations, and I just wanted to say, you have joined the ranks of Wallace Beery, Marlon Brando, and Robert De Niro, as far as...
I would say one of these things is not like the other.
But as far as portraying boxers on film, and yeah, you tread new ground being the first female boxer to win an award. Do you think that do you see yourself as kind of a trailblazer at this point?
Well, I like that you say that. I'm you know, I'm a little bit just in awe and speechless that my name's mentioned in those names, to be quite honest. And I would like to think that, you know, I guess that I'm doing things for women and young women, and I can be a role model for young women. And it's certainly not ever been, you know, why I do what I do, but it's nice when I run into young women, young girls especially on the street, and they just say, "Oh, you're amazing." And I know that they can't really watch very many of my movies, so I think it's mostly maybe just my press, and you know, it makes me feel really good.
Hilary, congratulations. It's Jeannie Wolf.
Hi, Jeannie. Good.
It's so wonderful.
Thank you.
Of course, the impressions come from the films and from how gorgeous you look tonight.
Thank you.
And the glamour aspect of this, it's so insane, isn't it? That at the same time, thinking about the art and all you've been through, and you know 1,000 people are going to ask you about the dress, and that this will be photographed forever and ever. Was some of that process fun, and how did you pick?
It's so much fun. You know, I just, you know, as growing up, I just remember having the couple of nice things I had, I could never really wear because I had to have a special event to wear them. So I have this kind of problem that I'm trying to get over, which is if I buy something really nice, it hangs in my closet, and I just go and I look at it because I just think, you know, oh, I have to wear that to something really special. I'm working on getting over it and just enjoying it and wearing it and knowing it's okay to, but I certainly have a lot of clothes in my closet with their tags still on them.